Do you feel stuck, trapped, condemned by whatever the thing is that has you on the wrong path? Does your job suck? I'm just asking. But what if this is just a detour? What if you're on exactly the right path to discovering and finally be true to what you actually value, to know what your own priorities are? You may have just been living this life of chasing other people's definition of success without actually thinking about what's mine. Hey, I'm Riley. I'm an Air Force officer and giant productivity nerd, and today I want to talk about this concept. It's called no wrong turn. So last year I was taking one of Amy Porterfield's courses. It was one of her email marketing courses, and I got a lot of value and insights and like tips and tricks for my master plan to build up my own like creator and coaching business in the future. But during the course, Amy had these like mindset sessions, and I know mindset woo-woo, but they were actually really good. They were my favorite part of the course. And in one of them, she talked about this idea that there is no wrong turn when it comes to pursuing your goals. So this idea, to be honest, didn't immediately resonate with me, but it did challenge me to think differently as I reflected on my own career in the Air Force and my current journey of kind of laying the foundation to build this side hustle and eventual business around, helping people be productive on their own terms. That's like the whole thing I'm about here. And I can credit Amy with a significant contribution to one of the big decisions that I've made around this business when I read her book last year, which is called 2 Weeks Notice. And it's all about how to find your passion and transition away from the 9 to 5, the corporate job, and strike out on your own as an independent creator or entrepreneur. Now, I have this long history, as some of you might know, as a creator, in that I used to do the Star Wars Report podcast. It's very nerdy, but it was this Star Wars podcast that I did for many, many years. So I was just thinking about this earlier, like my original game plan as I was graduating college. This is like 10 years ago. But at the time, the Star Wars Report was kind of taking off and doing pretty well. But I was also very passionate about and really excited about starting my career in the Air Force. And I had this strong tension that I felt at the time. And that is, do I like capitalize on the success of the podcast, or do I focus on my commitment to serve in the military? And while the podcast was growing, it was reaching more people, I experienced this immensely satisfying feeling. It was this thing that something I created was becoming successful, at least, based on like a 20-year-old kid's version of success at the time. But it was really cool. It was this really satisfying feeling. Something I created, something I dedicated my own time, my own energy to. So at the time, I decided I was going to have it both ways. I was going to have it all. You guys know I talk about that sometimes. I decided I did want to experience the Air Force. I thought it would help grow and challenge me to set higher standards for myself, and also give me some of the like leadership experience and growth that comes with serving something greater than yourself. And frankly, like that's the thing, like the idea of becoming a quote unquote full-time content creator or solopreneur or creator entrepreneur, or like whatever the catchy phrase, whatever Gary Vaynerchuk is talking about, But it seemed like a little selfish. It was not like aligned with my own personal values. So kind of what I was thinking, my original game plan was to do my 4 years. It's a 4-year service commitment. I would have that experience under my belt, and then I would get out and I would transition and start my own business as a creator. And of course now, many, many years past that 4-year mark, I'm still here. And the question is, why? And to be honest, like I found a lot of fulfillment and momentum and even success in the normal right career path, at least by Air Force standards. I had some incredible experiences that have brought me all around the world, supporting different operations, living in Korea, deployments. Like these are once in a lifetime opportunities. But there has been this increasing tension for me personally. And that is the more time that I've spent in the Air Force and the further I've continued to pursue the Air Force's definition of a successful officer, the more I checked the boxes of what you're supposed to do, and the more I compromised my own values and my own passions as a creative person. That's why I started to lean more into geeky stoics recently, which has allowed me to combine the two things that I'm most passionate about, which is like growing as a person and as a leader and applying a lot of those principles of personal development, but you know, through the lens of some of the nerdy, geeky stuff. It's like kind of combines that old Star Wars report nerd energy with some of the and philosophical elements in Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, C.S. Lewis. Like, it's that wisdom from the stories that we love. And as it's become more successful, this has given me that glimmer of hope of like, on focusing on becoming more of a creator and building a business that marries these two things, the geeky stories that I'm passionate about and the personal growth and leadership principles that I've wanted to pursue in my military career. So this is a long way of saying that last year when I read 2 Weeks Notice, it reinforced my own decision to stop just waiting around. Like, to stop compromising my own values in the day job, in my main career, and start putting the pieces into place. Hence the starting of this YouTube channel, dusting off my old newsletter, starting up Geeky Stoics, like things that I never made time for and never prioritized as the gravitational pull of the bureaucracy that demands to be satisfied sometimes, many times, at the expense of the people and even at the expense of the mission. So, like, in my case, given the structure of the way, like, military service commitments work, giving my 2 weeks notice is more like giving a 2-year notice. Like, it's not like a Walter Mitty style sudden change of life, but it is sort of like a reset of aligning my own values and my own understanding of the things that I can best contribute to the world and go on this different journey that does kind of have the same destination in mind. And it's going to be this journey that I'm documenting, well, right here on this YouTube channel. So this is a good time to say, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Join me. And together, we will rule the galaxy as father and son. No, sorry, I can't help myself. So did I make a mistake? Would I have been happier if I'd gone with my original plan, if I'd done like 4 years and gotten out? Did I get sucked into the Air Force's definition of success? Maybe a little, but I don't think it was a mistake. I've grown a lot from my experiences over the last few years, and honestly, I've kind of gained this fiery passion. One, to help myself, and then more so to help others fight controlling systems, toxic leadership, and really like silence the inner critic that says you're not good enough. And this is all because of my own experiences from the last few years. So there is no wrong turn, as Amy Porterfield says. But this new goal, this new North Death Star, has been really important. It's been, if for no other reason than like supporting my own like sanity and mental health, like I no longer have as much of this sense of disconnect between the person that I want to be and what I have to do. I no longer feel like I have to compromise as many of my values in pursuit of the default gravitational pull that comes with following the traditional path of success as defined by the careerist military officer. So back to the original point. The whole idea that there is no wrong turn. After reflecting on my own path, I think it's true. I think about like how passionate I've become about like applying productivity hacks and tips to my own personal values instead of just applying them to be a more effective, efficient version of what other people are pressuring me to be in life. So I think that's going to do it. It's a little bit of a different video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I have one thing to say to you, and that is, may the force be with you. Always.